All right, everybody, welcome to the KhunVT podcast. For everybody watching at home, there are no cameras for today's episode because I'm planning on taking us to Spotify anyway. So we might as well just get used to having to explain everything and you just listen and enjoy. There will be things on screen for us to go through. We're going to be talking about the Shondo situation. We're also going to react to her take and I guess doubling down. We're going to talk about V2 managers, and we're going to be talking about Twitch's new policies with Shoto, lolly characters, and a tire policy. So we got a definitely controversial type of episode today. But hey, it's all good and fun. Well, it's not fun for the people involved, but for us in the pod, it's just something to talk about. And yeah, it's part of the VTube community and everything that's going on. Might as well talk about it. I have my wonderful co-hosts with me, Chaotic Flow and Masashi. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Hello.
I knew that was gonna happen.
I am I am Masashi Fukatsu. I am a samurai corgi VTuber. I stream sometimes, not all the time, but I stream sometimes.
Chaotic.
Hello, everyone. I'm Chaotic Flow. I'm back here again with another podcast. Glad to be back.
Yeah.
Here, talking about all these definitely controversial topics.
But we're here. We're here, man. We're in it to win it, you know? So thank you guys for listening and watching. And if this made it to Spotify, hey, welcome in. So quick synopsis before we get started for the people on Spotify that are like, what is this? What is a VTuber, right? VTubers are animated characters. They're imagine having your webcam and you're playing a game. Instead of showing your face, you show a digital character avatar that you maybe created yourself. So it's like the easiest way to explain what a VTuber is real quick. And if you want to learn more, hey, link in the description or wherever it is on Spotify and come check out the YouTube because that's where you'll get all that type of information. So first things first, for everybody that is familiar with Shondo, Shondo is a lolly VTuber. And she has definitely been targeted by Twitch. She's been banned several times for a lot of reasons that people might say aren't legitimate. Masashi, would you like to step in?
Um, Basically, there was the couple times that she's been banned is for quote unquote sexual content, which she definitely does not. And the last one was for concerns by Twitch
Oh
because
yeah,
she got
yeah.
drunk or something.
She got drunk on stream, and they were like, "Yeah, let's go ahead and ban her for her safety." Yeah, bro. Okay.
Let's cut
Interesting.
her income to let's cut her income to make it more safe.
Yeah, it really doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't at all. But right. So Shondo's in the news not for her bans or anything like that, but because she had a hot take about the management system that is like inside VTubing. So here's the original tape by Dot Shocks on Twitter on October 3rd. A public service announcement. A lot of your indie VTuber Oshis are like VTubers you enjoy the most. Anyways, their Oshis do not check their business emails. They have managers or assistants to do that for them. Please do not send crazy love confessions or sexual explicit material to business emails. Please, God, what a miserable day to have. Eyes. I mean, it goes to say, for one, you definitely shouldn't be sending love confessions to a business email, right? Can we agree on that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the conversation changed because Shondo came in and said, translation, a lot of indie VTuber Oshis have boyfriends. Their boyfriends are reading your love confessions. Indies do not have managers unless they're actually corporate and thus are not indie at all. I personally just reading this, excuse me, reading this for the first time, it's like, definitely I can see why a lot of people got upset at this. Okay, because there are legitimate indie VTubers that do have managers and management, but I wouldn't say that this goes for every indie, but that should be obvious. Bigger indies like Doki Bird, damn, maybe I should have kept those. Doki Bird did have a type of management. I'll go ahead and just pull this up real quick. So Doki Bird, she's a prominent VTuber. She did have management, but she had issues with her management. And the thing with Doki Bird is, excuse me again, she is the type that doesn't really care for the administrative tasks that comes with running a company. She's more involved with being the entertainment. So in the background, she decided to delegate to somebody that was not doing the delegations properly. Um,
Yeah.
Her situation is unique due to the fact that she hired the wrong person, but other prominent VTubers like Bao, Shy Lily, these other big name VTubers definitely have management. They have over hundreds of thousands of subscribers on YouTube, so it'd be insane for them to have management. That being said, I can see why this came across as distasteful, if anything.
Well, we do have Battle that he refuses to get a manager,
Yeah,
even though everybody's asking him to get one.
yeah, Vettel was definitely more hands-on though. So I mean, like, so Vettel 987 for people that don't know, he is not a V. I guess he is a VTuber himself, but his content stems around the creation of his AI VTuber Neurosama. So Neurosama is usually the entertainment factor, and Vettel 987 then has enough time to check out more requests or collabs, which is kind of funny in itself because he's known for ignoring DMs because he's so busy. So definitely hiring management would be a great idea, Vettel, if you're listening. But I like the reason why he does it is because he's not really the focus of the entertainment on his channel.
Yeah, basically.
Hmm. Uh, so here is Shondo. For people that are watching, for the people listening, this is going to be Shondo. So Shondo, um, people say this is a double down, but we're going to be listening to Shondo's take about the issue. Shondo called out VTuber managers on Twitter. This was clipped 2 days ago, 41,000 views. Let's go.
Spilling my beans. Oh yeah, people really did not like my tweet about managers. That wasn't schizophrenia, that was reality. I'm sorry. People don't like that. And then there's like VTuber managers coming up who are like, oh, but I'm a VTuber manager and I'm not dating the VTubers I manage. And then the guy has like 10 followers.
Oh,
He
man.
manages 3 VTubers that
Oh, man.
have like 400 followers, and it's like, yeah, but what do you do?
Damn, I ain't gonna lie. That's crazy disrespectful, bro. That's crazy disrespectful
Yeah,
on Shondo's part.
yeah, definitely.
Let's continue.
Manager
It's
can work to
funny.
I mean, yeah, it is funny, but yeah.
negotiate sponsorships, manage social media accounts on platforms you don't frequent, recruit mods, really all the grunt work.
Yeah, that's the
But
point
why
of a
do you
manager.
need that when you have 30 viewers?
I mean, that would be the point of to have the manager so you can grow faster, right? If you're busy focusing on being the entertainment, how can you expect to grow, right? Chaotic,
Basically, yeah.
Chaotic has a background with a corporation, so definitely, I'd love to hear your take on this.
I think what she's saying is kind of just ignorant. It is like you could call it funny or whatever, but it is just at the end of the day plain disrespectful to not only
True.
these like managers but to the VTubers. Because like you said, if you want to like continue to grow, um, you want to like you want to grow fast, and managers help with doing that with managing social media, posting, um, and all of that sort of thing. And she's saying, well, you don't need that. You're too small for that. So I mean, it's just disrespectful.
It is. This is disrespectful as hell, man. Like, oh, okay, but let's go ahead and continue with what she has to say.
You're not getting any sponsorships.
Uh, it's oh man. Oh, sorry. We have a loading issue here, man. I'm gonna be upgrading soon. So the podcast, we're gonna have better equipment, better quality. But for now, we gotta sit and deal with this chugging, chugging along. Go ahead and
You can probably do.
we don't need 480p for this type of video. Let's just come on. All right, well, whatever. Chaotic, fill the air. Say something.
Oh, well, I mean,
if you can add something.
even between her tweet and between this video thus far, I have to say
do your
that
own
she's just in the wrong.
Hmm. Okay, the air is no longer needed to be filled.
social media.
Hear what you said.
Man, this is growing pain, man. This is what happens. Maybe I should get a manager. Maybe that'll fix it.
Huh? And you probably don't need mods if you have 30 viewers.
Mm.
So you're like paying them?
Well, yeah, they need to get paid.
Every person that said they had a manager said they weren't paying them. It does. It sounds like, what is the term?
You guys aren't paying your
It
managers?
makes me think of snake oil salesman.
Huh?
That's what it makes me think of.
Huh?
Like, a lot of these like small VTubers are young.
So a snake oil salesman is somebody that, like, back in the Wild West, they come out with like, oh, this medicine will cure you, and they'll usually have somebody on standby to like pretend they're injured, and they drink it and they feel better, and then everybody else buys it. So I
I think I know about that, but not from the Wild West, but from Trunk's new group.
yeah, that like, but I don't understand how she has this comparison for one. Like you like managing and trying to boost your viewership and popularity. I mean, that's not that has nothing to do with having like a facade, which is what a snake oil salesman is. Like they're pretending to have something when they really don't. But you're trying to grow a following. Well, you need to grow a following somehow. I don't agree with their take so far. I see why people don't like this take.
And impressionable, and they're new to the scene, and they know that all the quote-unquote big VTubers, like the corporate ones, have managers. So they think, oh, well, I need a manager to be a VTuber. No, you don't. Most big VTubers, big indies, do not have managers. Most. Some do. Most do not. In the Western scene, at least. I get very...
I would say at the end of the day, it's always up to the individual whether they want to get management. Like Vettel, like you said earlier, he doesn't have management. He would benefit to have management. Like having a manager is a benefit as long as it's a good manager. So how can you focus on growing when you also have to be the one entertaining?
Yeah.
This is a interesting take from Shondo, man. I usually like her, but right now I'm like, damn, Shondo, you saying stupid shit. Stop talking. Oh man, here we go with the chugging along. We might have to just let her say her whole take without me pausing. Masashi, fill the air. Say something.
I mean, as someone that is a VTuber, I don't have a manager. I at the very least, I for one, I cannot really afford to get one.
Yeah.
Because if I ever get a manager, I will actually pay for one.
Yeah.
I'll pay the guy that does the management and stuff. But right now, I cannot afford to pay a manager.
Understandable.
But at some point, I would love to get one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh man, this pod's fun. Oh man, still not loaded. Chaotic, fill the air.
Yo. No, you're right. She is saying stupid things. Like I said, it's just ignorant. It doesn't really matter if the person's small or not. If they want to get a manager, let them get a manager. Like you don't have to sit here and say, "Oh, they're just trying to get in your pants." Like, no, that's not always the case.
Yeah.
If like, especially if they're being paid, like, yo, then they're getting paid to do.
Very
something.
angry.
Right, there it is.
Exactly. True.
We got.
Hey, the video's working. Let's go.
I feel like VTubers are taking advantage.
VTubers are taking advantage of managers. Oh man. Fill the air. Oh my gosh.
What is up with your?
I think it's an. I don't think this is a tech thing. This is an internet thing.
Yeah, people really did not.
What point were we at? We're like the 1 minute 26 mark. Remember, growing pains. It'll get better with time. No, it's only it's because I'm on a laptop. Right? We got a laptop, we got a Discord call, and this thing is chugging along. Probably because the internet in France is ass here as well, and there's people working in this house as well. They're probably downloading something. So,
You're
yeah,
downloading the Netflix episode of something.
Netflix episode or whatever it is, and doing something, just chugging along. Bruh, honestly, I feel like we don't even have to really finish this take, but I do want to.
Oh, big VTubers, like the
Boom.
corporate ones,
Okay.
have managers.
Yes, they do.
So they think, oh, well, I need a
You don't need a manager, but it makes life easier. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna just go ahead, pause this. All right, we're gonna go back to okay, so we heard what she said. I'm not gonna waste anybody else's time. The thing is slowing down. It is what it is. But here's somebody that is a VTube manager.
I mean, I can share it.
Oh, okay. If you want to continue with Shondo's crazy ass take, sure.
Yeah.
Might as well. All right. But yeah, so far it doesn't sound like I don't think she's getting the perspective of somebody that's trying to grow.
No, that's very true.
Okay. There it is.
Oh, you got it. You got it.
Okay, so here's Masashi's screen. Yeah, I can see it. Go ahead and continue.
Most big VTubers, big indies, do not have managers. Most. Some do. Most do not. In the Western scene, at least. I get very, very angry when I feel like VTubers are taking advantage or exploiting their fans. It really pisses me off because you can be honest.
Oh,
you can be
this sounds like a
honest.
different
It's not
take.
that hard.
Hold on. What?
And most VTubers are honest, which may surprise you.
What?
That may blow your mind. I don't know.
What does
don't like
honesty
the
have to do with
deception.
managers? I'm confused.
I don't like it. I really, really don't. Not honest about their whole life. You don't need to be honest about your whole life. I was thinking about it more in bed, and I think the reason the manager boyfriend thing pisses me off so much is because it's like gloating.
Huh?
It goes beyond deception because you've not just like covered up a boyfriend. You've gone out of your way to insert your boyfriend into your content, and then you're actively lying about it to your fans' faces.
Oh
Like,
man.
it's not just like, oh
Masashi,
no,
pause the
totally
video.
single.
Pause the video. Oh my God. Okay.
This isn't making any sense, bro.
Bro, we're talking about something. Okay, let me get it straight for everybody, because so when we were talking about managers, we're over here talking about actual legitimate managers. Shondo is specifically talking about VTubers that have their boyfriend be their managers. For one, I don't think that's even a bad thing, bro. Like, the point of having a relationship and having a partner is having somebody that complements your lifestyle. If you are a streamer,
Yeah.
when your boyfriend has the ability to help your streaming career, why wouldn't you let them do it?
Basically, yeah. But I think what she's trying to say is that the VTubers are hiding that they have a boyfriend and disguise them as managers to say that, oh yeah, I have a manager and stuff. That's what I'm understanding from her take. Like,
I can
and
get that.
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Chaotic.
though.
Yeah. Well,
So what if they're doing that?
so okay, I'll let you continue. Continue it.
Like if said VTuber wants to do that, just let them. Like, you have to over here start spilling rants about random stuff and calling out all freaking indie managers, saying that they're not real. Like, just because of that. Like, even if that might be the case in some cases, I still don't think it's a big deal. I mean, for VTubers specifically, in the VTuber culture, it's a pretty just known fact at this point that if it's known to fans that you have a significant other, it's not that you can't grow, it's that you're less likely to grow more than if they were to find out that you didn't have a significant other.
Yeah, the Simps won't give you money.
Right. So I can understand why some VTubers may like hide the fact that they have boyfriends. Shondo here is getting upset at that fact when I really don't see why she would.
Yeah.
She jealous.
She thinks
She jealous. She wants a
she-
boyfriend.
Damn.
she thinks VTubers should just be honest, like straight up honest about things. Well, I mean, I
About
don't think
personal
so.
lives. Yeah.
Why should they? Do you see like some VTubers, even with YouTubers in general, just regular people, they'll keep their private life private
Yes.
and content separate. It's not something to be upset about. It's just wanting to keep your private life private, not known to the public.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's understandable. But I can also see her perspective. So her perspective would be like, you're lying to your fan base. You're lying to your fan base that you have a boyfriend, right? And there are going to be people that do that 100% because we know for a fact they told the truth that they had a partner, well, yeah, the simps won't be there to give them money, right? So they're milking,
Yeah.
technically speaking, they are milking that of their fan base. At the end of the day, is it good or bad? At the end of the day, VTubing and all these other platforms are built off parasocialism anyway. So to say whether it's good or bad to milk them, oh, well, we need to say, is it good or bad for them to simp over the VTuber to begin with? Which I would say, no. Why are you simping over an anime character? Well, because people have mental health issues.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, nobody is the good guy, right? All of this is shades of gray anyway, right? There are simps in Shondo's fan base. If Shondo had a boyfriend, would she announce that to the public? Probably not, because it would not be in her best interest to do so.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what she's trying to say, but she's trying to ride this like moral high ground that one shouldn't even be there because it's full of shit. Like the whole conversation about having a boyfriend is always down to the individual whether they want to announce that or not. Because there's famous people, like legitimately famous people, that don't announce their relationships because that puts a strain on their relationship. Now everybody's in your business. Oh, are they dating? What are they doing together? Oh, let's take photos of them together, right? Or they start doing stuff that's outside of their business, like, oh, how often do you think that they have sex, right? Like, that's none of our
Yeah.
business at all.
Nope.
All right, continue the video, Masashi. Let's hear more of her.
It like goes beyond that. It's like you're rubbing it in your viewers' faces. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's rubbing it in, but
Yeah. That's what pisses me off so much. I was thinking about this in bed. I was like, why does this make me so mad? Why does the manager thing specifically piss me off
sounds
so
like
hard?
it's
'Cause
personal.
it's not just lying. It's not like
It is
admitting the truth or whatever. It's outright deception.
No, it's not. What the hell? That's your
And
imagination.
it's sick.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
picking up. You're
Yeah,
picking
she's
up
just-
the
she's just taking
the
it
joke
far,
with
man.
Otis
For
now.
real?
Yes, he's my manager. He's a guy. He sleeps in my bed. I rub his fat belly. Did you get the joke now? Do you understand?
Nah, some Sims got mad that you made that joke. They're like, what?
I mean, and she casually shows a picture of her cat.
Okay, well, that was the Shondo take, and I see why people were like, what the hell is this shit? Because this definitely sounds like a personal problem that just got thrown out. Random people that are trying to, one, grow, right? In the beginning, when she was talking about, oh, you don't need a manager, you only get 30 viewers. And it's like, well, how do you expect them to grow, right? She's trying to say people are taking advantage of their fan base by hiding their personal relationships, which, whether it's taking advantage or not, there's a difference, right? Verse one, like, so one scenario, you have a relationship partner and you don't want to tell people because it's none of their business. And then there's another one where you have a relationship partner and you're purposefully hiding them because you want to make money. At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you're still hiding the fact that you have a relationship partner. But the differences are like so minute and it's down to the individual. So you can't really sit here and point at every single person that's hiding a relationship partner and be like, you're bad. And you're rubbing it in that you have a relationship. Like, that's literally personal. That's something that's he made up in her head.
Yeah.
So here is the second part of this. So this is Tessa, VTuber manager. Put in the bio. I generally try to avoid drama. It typically isn't worth my time. This, however, is not just a bad take, but it's misinformation about an entire profession. I see other managers clowning on this a bit, warranted, but in all honesty, I wanted to open up about it. So here is more of her tweets. I realize that I personally am not the norm since I have a team I work and delegate with, writer, general assistant, audio engineer, blase blase. For my first 3 years doing this work, I was in a similar position as a lot of my colleagues currently getting their careers started, where it took on a limited number of clients to focus my attention towards. My fellow managers, remember that you matter and you are legitimate. So for Tessa, I would say like, yeah, honestly, this was needed. This is important because there are legitimate VTuber managers and there's legitimate just managers in general. Of course, there's going to be bad eggs and there's going to be people that aren't necessarily bad, but like Shondo said, they're the boyfriend. But I mean, I've already stated, hey, if they're your relationship partner, of course they're going to want your career to go, off the ground and get better because that's the point of, being in a relationship. You guys are going to both benefit from the success. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Tessa, I think this is a good tweet and a good string of tweets because managers are important in general. As long as you have a good manager, it's in your benefit to get one because a manager can help do all the extra stuff that you don't even know about, nor are you even focused on because your job as the entertainer is to entertain.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other takes on this?
Yeah. I mean, well, just similarly to what you're saying, like, it doesn't, and what I was saying, it doesn't matter really, even if the VTuber is small, as long as the manager's good, they're getting paid. That's what they're there for. They're trying to like get paid to do something, and the VTubers, paying to get a career off the ground. If they have like 15 viewers or 15,000 viewers, it doesn't matter. You're still trying to improve on your content, on like the logistics, everything that these managers can possibly help with that said VTuber or entertainer is ignorant about, doesn't know about, and which then the managers could help them with that.
True, absolutely true.
Like, I mean, and me as a VTuber, like I am a potato when it comes to like self-management and stuff. Hence why I barely stream because I don't know how to manage myself.
Yeah.
But like I said, at some point I would love to have a manager to tell me, hey, this is how you do stuff, this is how you say stuff, that's how you tweet. This is I can tweet this for you.
Yeah.
I can there is also like probably the main manager doesn't know like exactly like the PR stuff, so you have to hire a PR manager that knows how to do like PR stuff. Like there is a big deal when it comes to the behind the scenes stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like getting sponsorships, getting probably trying to get a big collab or
Besides even all that, like just getting your career off the ground in general, like the manager can really help with it. And like you said, you sometimes you don't know, like, oh, like you want to stream. Well, if you hired a manager, when you're paying them, well, that's your incentive to stream. That manager is telling you, hey, you need to stream this time, this many hours, or hey, you need to do this, and then I can tweet it out or make this video. Like shout out to Zova, friend of mine. She's a small streamer as well, and she got a manager, and the manager has helped her grow her channel. Right? Like managers are important because they're an outside perspective to help you grow.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. So yeah, Shondo, L take. Let's go ahead and read the comments. He's only my manager, guys. I just let him sleep on my bed so he can manage my sleep schedule. Trust me. Shondo is still too young to understand that Twitter is the worst place to express your opinion. Shondo doesn't need boyfriend managers if she has fathers/husbands. She's deaf spitting facts. You don't need a manager if you're fairly small. You should only get a manager when you get bigger, when you need to delegate tasks. And people doing these jobs are free. So weird. Yeah. Okay. So we can see that there obviously are people that are a little bit misinformed and they don't understand how to run a career or a business, right? Of course, sure, when you're small, do you need a manager? No. But when you're big, you don't need a manager either, because at that point you're big. Managers are just tools to help you succeed, just like everything else in the world. If you want to succeed with a business, you're going to have to delegate. You cannot wear every single hat. It's impossible, especially when you get bigger, right? You walk into a room and someone's like, oh, yeah, you're the CEO? Sure. Where's your CLO? Where's your CFO? Where's your PR manager? And if you sit there and you say that you're all of those things, people are going to look at you like, what the hell is wrong with you? Legitimately. Because you can't do all these things and be one person. We all have 24 hours in a day. What's easier, you using all 24 hours to do all these other roles, or have 3 to 4 other people help you with these roles in the same 24 hours? Like, it doesn't add up. And of course, these people aren't going to know, because at least from looking at them, they're not producers, they're consumers. So their viewpoint is skewed. I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just skewed to a specific viewpoint that is, oh yeah, if you're not big, why would you need management?
Also, like 90% of these comments are basically just people that like Shondo and will always think Shondo is right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they're part of her fan base, so of course they're going to defend her. I mean, sure, it makes sense, but at the end of the day, managers are important. So regardless of what the fan base thinks or what they say, it doesn't stop the fact that other people are going to try and build their business, and they might even exceed Shondo because they have management.
yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like everything. On to our next topic. This podcast is sponsored by you, the viewer. Decided to join the membership. Shout out to Chaotic because he's part of the membership himself. Let's go ahead and move on to the next. Oh yeah, become a member. $2.99 Hollow membership, get Hollow Live videos. $4.99 you become a founder and you help the channel grow. And maybe I'll hire a manager using that money. But yeah, you do legitimately do help the channel, because I, hire thumbnail artists, editors, and everything else. So if you want to see the channel grow, you guys want to help and make sure like the video doesn't stutter, you want to make the videos better, help me out so I can get a PC. Yeah, that's enough sponsorship. Okay, so now we're going to be talking about Twitch's new rules specifically for VTubers. All right, so this is coming from Twitch. For example, you may not show, promote, or engage in content warning, enforcement notes, and clarifications. Again, content warning. Depicting fictional anime characters of a childlike appearance, lollies / shotas, with any kind of sexual framing is not allowed. This applies to VTubers and within games where avatars are uploaded, such as VR chat, with childlike avatars, even if the what broadcaster and operator of the avatar is above the age of 18. So no shotas, no lollies. Shondo is a lolly.
And basically, no Shondos allowed.
yeah, no Shondos allowed, which, for one, I'm just going to say that's absolutely wild. Like, even though I personally don't have a particular feeling towards shotas or lollies, right? Can we all agree that shotas and lollies are not real children? That these are just things that are made in anime?
Also, let's clarify the term lolly. The term lolly is in reality a petite woman, like a woman with petite physique. That is what it is. Like that. They try to spin it that lollies are minors when they are not. It's just a woman that has a petite physique. That's it.
Yeah. If anything, it sounds like they're just going after things that look childlike, even though they're not. I don't know what the reason would be, to be honest, but let's go ahead and keep going down. Any humor regarding anything sexual in relation to minors will result in immediate action on your account. Now this, okay, understandable, because we're talking about minors, right? When we're talking about lollies and shotos, we're talking about minors. That's totally understandable.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Last
I
point.
do want to
Oh,
point out. I do want to point out to the first point
Uh-huh.
here is with in parentheses with any kind of sexual framing is not allowed. So, like for example, Shondo, like she'll be able to be on Twitch. She just can't make any sexual jokes about herself. No one in her stream can make any sexual jokes regarding her or any type of her appearance or any lolly appearance. So that's just a very like thin line gonna end up being walked on
yeah, which is
if you want to be
wild.
on Twitch.
Yeah, this is like at the end of the day, even though she had an L take, I mean, this is still a grown ass woman, right? In a chat full of people that like her a lot, right? So obviously, sometimes a sexual joke here or there might slide in their community because it's their community, right? And then Twitch coming in and saying, "Oh, that's not allowed." I feel like that's a breach of like personal enjoyment, you know, at the least. The most you could probably stretch it and be like, "Oh, yeah, it's discrimination." Sure, if you wanted to stretch it that
Yeah.
far, but
So isn't also Chibi would be like part of
Chibi would be another one.
yeah, chibi.
Yeah.
So people that don't know what chibi is like a cute anime girl. Usually it's like they're 4 foot tall and they have a super big head, and that's like the big difference between a chibi and like a normal lolly or shota. The head is bigger. It's more like Japanese anime style. No, I mean that's what chibi is. It's a Japanese word anyway.
I was talking about Chibi Doki, but yeah, that too.
Yeah, chibi doki. True. Shout out to Chibi Doki. That's another VTuber. She has a big ass head. Stating you are below the age of 13 anywhere on Twitch, even if intended to be humorous, will result in your account being permanently deactivated in according with applicable laws. I mean,
that's always been there.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's always been a thing.
sure,
Sure.
like, of course, like, nobody, like, we don't want kids on the platform, period, because there's a lot of weirdos on the platform. But yeah, don't state that you're 13, which, okay, obviously obvious. So, like, the only big issue here would be like the lollies and shotas.
Right. So this is crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy, but I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this is results of Shondo, to be honest, because they've constantly gone after her for just being her and having her like lolly V2 model.
Just her existing. Basically.
Yeah, for her existing, bro, they were like, let's put in a new rule to mess with Shondo. I mean, that's what it's perceived as for me.
There's the fact that a lot of people are saying that like a hot take, but I don't think it's a hot take. That Twitch hates VTubers. I mean,
Yeah, that it's not a hot take, but I mean, it's one of those takes that are like, we need more evidence because even though it looks
you do
like
need more evidence.
Yeah, go ahead, cook. I'll let you cook.
You do need more evidence because there's countless VTubers on the platform. I'm not really seeing much besides a select few that are being repeatedly banned.
Mm.
So I don't know if it's like an internal issue with these specific VTubers, or if Twitch just dislikes VTubers in general. Because I'm pretty sure there's a literal whole section on Twitch that's dedicated to if you want to browse through VTubers.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, there is a section, yes, but that category is just that, a category. Like when we VTubers stream, we don't put VTubers as a category. We put the game we are playing, or we do just chatting.
Yeah.
Category.
I think they need to fix that. If anything, Twitch needs an update so they can, like, you of course have the game category and then have another category where you, like, honestly, because VTubers are taking over, bro. So you might as well put a category if you're a VTuber or IRL or a PNG or whatever, or no cam.
Mm-hmm.
Why is there no dedicated tabs for saying if you're like you're a no cam streamer or a webcam streamer or a VTuber? At this point, you should do it.
A faceless YouTuber, right?
Yeah, a faceless streamer. Like, they should do these things. Why not? It just adds to the platform and it doesn't take away anything. And it lets people find more of what they're looking for.
Yeah.
I'm
Also,
realizing
there's
there's a lot of
the attire policy.
Yeah.
I'm realizing there's a lot of categories, not even just for like VTubers. It's just like, for example, like professional players. Here's professional players live.
Yeah.
Here is together for. Okay, I'll say this. Together for Black Brilliance.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you know, so they have that whole category, like charity, music, Twitch ambassadors, members of the Twitch Unity,
Mm.
and so on and so forth. Talk shows, whatever.
Yeah.
So
They.
I mean, I don't think. I don't know.
I think they should have
I don't
more.
think Twitch hates VTubers.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean.
pretty sure didn't the CEO of Twitch like collab with the VTuber?
I mean, bro, you can collab with somebody and
I mean,
still not like them.
there is
Like more than
I
one
think
occasion, I'm pretty sure.
I think Shy Lily did or was going to do an interview to Dan Clancy.
The CEO.
I don't know if she already did it. Yeah, the CEO.
I'm pretty sure Philian was one of them.
Bro, what? What? Phillian got a collab with the CEO of Twitch?
Okay. So there is. I don't know. That's Philian. That's a year ago. I know she hasn't done it yet. But she said.
No, I see.
Shy
I
Lily
see
said,
that. I see. Philian interviews Twitch CEO Dan Clancy.
Ah.
Yeah, Shy Lily mentioned that she was going to do a. Let me look for the tweet on her because I know she mentioned it. I know she mentioned it.
I mean, I don't want to segue us too much. Let's just say that the CEO has talked with the VTubers before. And it doesn't seem like he personally has a vendetta against them, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But the CEO and these rules, like next up, the entire policy for VTubers, like this does not. I mean, it sounds like brand friendly, sure, but the entire policy for VTubers is very interesting because VTube gives you the ability to do more, and it's fictional versus like IRL.
Yeah, there is a tweet. Like she actually did tweet about it. Like, I don't know when she's gonna do it, but
I'll be having an interview with the CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy, on my channel. It will be about VTubers and Twitch. Let me know if you have any questions about him. This was September 23rd. Okay.
So I'm pretty sure she's gathering some questions, and then she's gonna do the interview later.
Yeah. Hopefully they're actually good questions. Like, why is your entire policy so against VTubers? All right, that'd be an interesting question.
So I see Vienna, I see Bao.
So,
Okay, Bao says, why does it seem that VTubers seem to have the different strictness of guidelines as opposed to face cam streamers? That's a good question.
that's a good question in general, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I see that there's some solid questions.
Mm. Yeah, they definitely need to be asking solid questions.
Or will she pick out those solid questions?
Yeah, that's a good question.
If you're doing a collaboration with Twitch, the CEO of Twitch, is someone like Shy Lily with her branding gonna be sitting there antagonizing the rules of his creation, basically?
And at that point, and as well, is Twitch going to allow certain questions to go through? Because it's up to them at the end of the day.
There's another that I think this solid question is Tessa actually. It says the biggest burning question I have is how many humans are actually reviewing Twitch suspension? So, are there regular audits and performance reviews of set teams? And if not, why not? I mean, because I know that there's an automated response to reject appeals, just like YouTube. Like in YouTube, you try to appeal for a strike, and in the matter of 2 minutes, you get a reject. I don't know if Twitch has something similar.
I mean, Twitch is a big website. I would doubt that there's many humans involved in appeals, but that's the price you pay for having such a big website and having so many people on it, right? You can't have legitimate staff doing it, because I mean, wasn't there layoffs on Twitch?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, I mean, those might have been the humans that were doing the ban appeals. You got to pay people to do
I
these jobs, you know.
I see one more I will just mention one more question. That is a good one. As Asehara, she says, why don't they have a way to properly address bans on the platform? Why is it that the most effective way to get a ban appeal is through another platform that is Twitter?
Hmm. Damn. That's a good question.
It quickly garners attention, which uh, makes them just reply faster.
Yeah.
Because
Same with YouTube.
there is the Shondo situation that she got an email that uh, the the ban was right, but by interpretation, it was like, oh, because everybody was talking about it, we are gonna accept the appeal.
Hmm. I mean, yeah, if you can get enough people riled up, definitely like a court of public opinion will sway like the one human that's behind the actual ban appeal, and they're just like, okay, well, I don't want people coming after me, so let's just go ahead and let this go through.
Right.
Which is insane at the same time, right? That's kind of crazy. We don't have an actual way of getting these ban appeals unless you get people angry. It's kind of wild, but yeah, that's an actual legitimate question. Like, who's going through these ban appeals? How many of them are human, and how many of them are just people saying deny, deny, deny? Right? Are they actually looking
Mhm.
at each and every case to each and every detail? Probably not, because it'd be such a huge demanding task. And they had layoffs, so they have less people. So I mean, everything is pointing towards automation, which makes sense, right? We live in a world where automation is king. So 1 + 1 = 2. Nothing new underneath the sun, as they say. But let's go ahead and talk about this attire policy. The attire policy applies to VTubers in the same way it applies to other streamers. Genitalia, buttocks, hips, female presented nipples, and underbusts must be covered at all times on general streams. These guidelines apply to VTuber models, but not video game characters, including these uploaded into games such as VR Chat. So for those who don't know, VR Chat is a basically life simulator where everybody is using avatars inside said game. Some avatars are custom created, and then others are from like other IPs, such as like Sonic the Hedgehog, Mario, and other famous video games, and even like TV series and movies, right? But at the end of the day,
Yeah, yeah.
this rule is not being applied fairly, um, technically speaking. At the same time, how can you really hold this rule towards VR chat when, like I said, they have like these third party characters that are naturally like built this way? So
Yeah, yeah.
I think the rule in itself is they're trying to be like, oh, we're trying to make sure it's not super sexually explicit content on the platform. Um, but at the same time, like these VTube characters are not real people.
Basically.
So is it a double standard? Sure. But one is real,
Um,
like having a hot tub stream, having Amaranth in the pool half naked versus having a 2D character that's half naked. So, to be honest, like uh, I don't really have a big opinion on it, besides the fact that like maybe it needs to be more fixed so it's not too antagonizing against VTubes, because VTube models, a lot of them are sexual, like in general. But uh, that's what happens when you have the ability to create a character. You can make it as sexy as you want it to be.
yeah.
Yep.
Mm, what are you guys thinking about this attire policy?
I mean, as like there's the thing that a lot of VTubers um try to like get as much skin as possible without getting banned and stuff. But sometimes, even if you try to, what is a word to comply to those policies,
Mhm.
even with that, it is not enough. At least for VTubers, because they are end up being banned anyways.
True. They do end up
There
getting
is
targeted, I think.
just for example, there's for example Sandrea. She never had a strike or a warning, and she recently, for just having 5 seconds, her swimsuit or whatever, one piece swimsuit or something like that, showed, she got a warning for sexual content.
Hmm. That's so was this swimsuit like using more of her human form?
I guess.
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen the outfit, to be honest.
I mean, well, then that
I
that
don't.
raises the question, like, should we have less sexual YouTube models to try and comply with Twitch's rules, which, of course, is limiting freedom of expression, 100%. Um, but it's either that or risk getting banned on their platform because, I mean, that's the rules and the entire guidelines that they're setting. Hip coverage is often
Yeah.
forgotten in this rule. Please be sure that your VTube model covers this area. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they're specifically targeting like the human anatomy that is sexually arousing for other humans. I mean, even though it's a 2D and a cartoon and not real, right? Like if you see breast, whether they're real life breasts or anime breasts, could cause arousal because I mean the human brain doesn't really differentiate like a 2D uh, or a human, right? That's up to the individual's consciousness to be like, yeah, that's a cartoon. I'm not into that. But if you're just like looking at it straight face, like, oh, those are breasts, arousal may happen. So I can see why they are doing this, whether it's right or not. I mean, of course, that's to be determined by the individual. But
Yeah.
definitely, I can see why they're doing. I mean, like, check out some of the other I'm not going to pull them up, but there's other V2 models that have like not even double D breasts. Like they have bigger than that. Like quadruple D breast, and they're jiggling around on the screen. They're having a tongue sticking out with saliva, uh, red blushing face, right? Sweating profusely, right? These things are to cause sexual arousal, right? I mean, that's the point, right? You want to have a V2 model that's sexy, sexual, because maybe that's just what you like. So I can see why some people are like, "Oh no, this is bad for the platform," or "Oh, what about fairness, right?" Because I mean, to be honest, it technically would not be fair against actual flesh streamers, right? Amaranth, let's say she's not doing a bathtub stream, she has a crop top on, she has big breasts, her breasts are natural, versus the V2 model that can have even bigger breasts, and they can change it and they can make them jiggle around. It's
Mm-hmm.
like, to be honest, like it's not fair for either one, right? And I guess this is them trying to limit the playing field and make it more fair for everybody. But if you're trying to make it fair for everybody, I feel like a lot of people just in general are not going to like it.
There's also the second part of the guideline that says it doesn't apply to video game characters, including those uploaded into games such as VR chat.
Yeah.
So basically, VR chat streamers are good, apparently.
And it's a double standard, right? So what's the difference between Zentrea's breast and Aphrodite's breast from God of War? There is no real difference. Besides, one is from a popular video game and another one was created by somebody that's not in a video game. So now we're pulling straw hairs to say what's fair and what's not. Because to be honest, like, yeah, it's not fair for VR chat to get away with this because they're using somebody's IP. Because somebody else
Mm-hmm.
drew this from a big video game publisher or whatever. They get to get away with it. and everybody else doesn't.
Yeah.
So if like for example, Shy Lily brought her model to VR chat and streamed through VR chat, and in that case showed like like underbust, hips, whatever, what would be the response?
That's a good question. What would be the response? I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure.
I think Twitch. I like you said. I also understand like why they implemented this. I think they just took it like a step too far. I understand like some of it, not like all of it. Like the, I'm a little confused about the hips.
Mm.
Yeah, the
Like
hips.
so like for example like the swimsuit thing. Like Shy Lily has like an entire swimsuit model.
Yes.
So it seems like she just that goes out the window, money wasted. She can't use that. So I do think that they went like a bit too far. Like they're kind of also shooting themselves in their own foot. Because like, what if like popular creators don't like this, the specifics of these rules and move platforms, resulting in less money for you.
I mean, yeah.
Basically.
It's definitely, I mean, at the end of the day, these rules are not really set in stone, right? These rules are definitely going to be moving and shifting around with community feedback, which is why we're talking about it, because I feel like there is no real right or wrong. Like just like many things in life in general, it's shades of gray and it's to be determined. Like, yeah, it's a bad idea for them to implement this rule. And when people start voicing their concerns and their opinions, they might say, hey, maybe we did too much. And maybe we'll walk it back a little bit. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's not fair currently for VTubers. But at one point in time, it wasn't fair for IRL streamers, right? So
Yeah.
I think they're trying to even the playing field, right? At the end of the day, there are going to be people on the platform to watch sexually exploit material instead of going to actually sexually exploit websites. And Twitch's job is just to try and make as much money. But how can you make money when, corporations don't want to put ads because they're scared of, sexuality? If anything, I think we have a whole issue just in general, in like the real life world when it comes to sexuality. But that's, talking about society, and that's a different conversation. Here's the Shy Lily swimsuit model. So, right, this model cost a lot of money. It was rigged, it was put together, and now this swimsuit model would be not able to be used. And so it's technically money wasted because now this policy is put in place.
Yeah.
Absolutely a terrible situation. It's absolutely a terrible situation to be in. But like I said, I think they will definitely have to tweak the rule. It's not outright like walk back maybe like 60% of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think that's everything on the policy rules. Let's go ahead and talk about some good news. VTubers are still winning, which is why like a lot of people would say like they're being targeted. It's like they're winning when it comes to top 10 female streamers during September. Look at all of them that are VTubers.
Yep. Like I said, behind the scenes, like 70% of the chart is VTubers.
Yeah, that's big. That's absolutely
and all
big.
of them are HoloLive. And all of them is HoloLive.
Common Hollow W, right? So the people that don't know, HoloLive is the biggest current VTuber organization. So a lot of the people winning are because of like the community and their fan base, and the quality that HoloLive brings it's different. So their quality is more like creating content like idol concerts, having their streamers come together and create big events versus like the indie VTubers, which more like they do their own thing. They're participating and talking to their chat and they're just doing their own thing versus like the corporation that's basically driving the boat and making the business decisions and creating amazing content for their audience. But they're winning. Like the numbers don't lie. The numbers are there.
Happy to see it.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. So honestly, at the end of the day, this is just a conversation that we have to talk about because these rules and these changes, they mostly affect the independent. They're not going to affect Hololive because Hololive doesn't focus on sexuality to make sales. People sexualize the characters, sure, but that's not their personal focus and their goal when trying to deliver their content on a wide scale.
And they're not even on Twitch.
And they're not on Twitch. And they're not on Twitch. Yeah. And then the other female streamers that are winning, they are on Twitch. So that's interesting. Yeah, there's not much I could really say about this besides, hey, VTubers are the wave, at least currently, and for the foreseeable future, they're the wave, as long as Hololive is around at least. I'd like to see this chart that like top 10 female streamers, but no Hololive at all. Right. So who would be like then at the top?
They did exclude VTubers, but not like
Yeah, I want to
excluding Hololive.
I want to see them exclude Hololive. Then to give like a more digestible.
There is a where is the stream hatchet? Here it is. Excluding VTubers. Here it is. Let me pull it out.
I mean, excluding VTuber is one thing. I want to see them exclude Hololive just because Hololive is so like they have like such a huge reach. But here for the viewers, here is the list excluding VTubers. So Imaru, Emily, Valkyrie, Pokey, Asian Bunny. Yeah. But their numbers comparatively, oh my gosh, like, bro. Man. It's wild.
I think I can, like, there's no image, but I think I can pull out, I think I can pull out with basically only Twitch.
Yeah, but I think that's everything. I think this was a good pod, besides the stuttering at the beginning, but it's a hardware issue, and that'll be remedied in the future. Man, any final thoughts, Chaotic, while Masashi over there digging around for receipts?
I just hope Shondo just doesn't triple down.
I think she's gonna do it. I don't think she's gonna. I don't think she's gonna walk out from this. To be honest.
Oh yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a recap. So Shondo talked about how people are using their boyfriends as managers, and then she had an L take about managers or VTubers are milking their audience. Definitely, I think she is just having her own issues, and she's like trying to put it on everybody else that is trying to grow their communities. I don't think she's doing it maliciously. I just think her ego needs to be checked. I think that's all it is. She needs an ego check because that's all it sounds like. Sounds like a personal problem brought to the forefront. What do you guys think?
I mean, yeah, she kept talking down to smaller VTubers during that clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Yeah. And then we talked about the Twitch policies. They are unfair to VTubers, but I personally think they're trying to make like some type of middle ground for VTube versus IRL.
Yeah.
Average.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Work in progress.
I think so. A work in progress is exactly what I think it. I hope it is.
Okay,
Right.
I just found the only. Oh no, this is. I put Twitch. Not
It's okay, Masashi. We don't need it. It's fine. It's fine. We have this. We have the top 10 female streamers. Hololive is winning. Then we have top 10 female streamers that are not VTubers. And honestly, I think that's all we need to represent and show that VTubers are definitely what's popping for the foreseeable future, as long as Hololive exists anyways. When it comes to indie VTubing, they're still trying to do their thing. When it comes to like their numbers, it's almost like not really a talking point that I care to talk about, because at the end of the day, streamers that are not in a corporation like like anybody that's not in a corporation, period, I am not surprised that their numbers are not as big as somebody in a corporation. Like the point of the corporation is to have such massive numbers.
Finally, did okay. Here is the top 10 for Twitch only females.
Oh man, this man Masashi out here. Okay, let's go ahead and pull this up.
I'm committed.
I see. Your commitment is noticed. All right, so top 10 of just Twitch, and we do have VTubers on here. We have Iron Mouse at number 1, and number 6, and Aphelion number 7. So number 1 VTuber on Twitch, Iron Mouse, and then we got
Vito,
Vettel.
my favorite female streamer.
Yep. That's a girl, right? Vettel.
Yeah.
Vettel and Neurosama.
Absolutely.
I'm actually.
I mean, Battle mentions that. I'm a top 10 female streamer.
Yeah. That's a girl.
I wish this would include YouTube as well, though.
Yeah. I would like. I will say this before we end. Like, I'm not. I don't know if I'm surprised or not to see that Vettel 987 is still like in the top 10, because I remember his subathon, he was number 1, right? So now that the subathon is over, he still is top 10. Him and Neuro and Evil and all his collabs is like top 10. That's really cool to see.
Yeah, he's been progressing a lot. He's been doing a lot more collabs and whatnot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, everybody wants to collab with him. He's top 10.
He's him. Her, I mean.
He's her.
Yeah.
All right. I think that's everything then. Thank you guys for watching. This has been the KhunVT podcast. Thank you to my host, Chaotic. Thank you to my host, Masashi. Do you guys have anything you want to plug?
I don't.
Not right now. No,
6 episodes in and they still have nothing to plug. I love it. So if you guys enjoyed the podcast, be sure to hit the like, favorite on Spotify, or whatever it is on Spotify, because I'm not too sure. But thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon with another episode. And we're over here in the KhunVT podcast talking about the VTube community, where it's going, what's going on right now, and where we see it going in the future. I am your host, KhunShawn, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.